What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. You're going to want to stick around till the end because I'm going to wrap up with some really compelling information that you probably haven't seen. So let's hop right into it. XRP whales are rapidly accumulating as 2022 comes to a close. Crypto firm Sentiment confirms. Whale and shark addresses holding between 1 and 10 million XRP tokens now hold 7.2% of the total XRP supply. All right, it was up to 6% recently. Now it's at 7%. An all-time high level. Okay, when in doubt in crypto, they always say buy the dip. But personally, I call these whales who have 1 to 10 million XRP or any token, multiple millions in crypto, very intelligent people. Not all of them, but most of them. And if they're accumulating XRP, they must think this is a really good deal. We've never had this much of the supply concentrated in whale hands. If that's not bullish, I don't know what is. And here we have another whale movement. This XRP whale withdrew 52 million from Binance. Okay. Whenever you have crypto on an exchange, that's sell pressure because the only place you can sell your crypto is on an exchange. So whenever you see big whales taking their crypto off an exchange and putting it in cold storage, one could deduce this as a bullish thing for price action because that's $52 million of XRP they can no longer sell. And that's a lot of XRP. That's 100 million XRP tokens. Man, I wish we had that, right? Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is criticizing the SEC. So Wells Fargo recently settled for mismanaging car loans. Look at this. According to the Ripple CEO, the leading American's bank $3.7 billion fine. Wells Fargo essentially mismanaged customer interest. And he's saying it was on the same scale as FTX. He's not really wrong. 3.7 billion compared to 9 billion. I think any amount in the billions is pretty much the same tier. And essentially, the SEC is now going after FTX, but for some reason, Wells Fargo, the big corrupt bank who has laundered drug money in the past, look it up, only gets away with a fine. Really seems like a fair system. If you guys want $41 guaranteed, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You can get up to $15,000 in free stocks. Typically, you just get $40 to $300, but all you got to do is sign up and deposit a penny, and you get a guaranteed minimum value of $40 in free stocks. Sell the stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this. It does end soon. Links in the video description below. I've talked about this recently. Another statement from Brad Garlinghouse, and I quote, "Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple. Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens because they are going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors by using ODL in the marketplace." I've said it before and I'll say it again. A lot of banks that are RippleNet clients don't use ODL right now because it involves XRP. XRP is an unrelated crypto asset. No bank legal team is going to say, hey, use an unregulated crypto asset. However, they already use RippleNet software, hundreds of banks. Not XRP yet, but they use the software. So in the future, assuming there's regulatory clarity around XRP and the on-demand liquidity product, they already have made these sales to these big banks. And ODL is just going to save banks time and capital. And do banks care about money? You bet. So I've said this in a few videos now. I won't beat the point into your heads. They already have the banks as sales. And here you have Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, saying the banks are going to be using it, specifically Bank of America. The recession's looking kind of crazy, guys. Here's a headline from CNBC. Gold at 4,000. Wall Street Silver says, legacy obsolete media talking about gold. This might be a bad sign. So I have no opinion on precious metals, but I just wanted to touch on that very quickly. And another thing about the SEC. SEC just blasted a shot across the bow of crypto exchange tokens. SEC calls the FTT token a security. So there's a lot of other tokens that are on exchanges. For example, Binance has the BNB token. Gate.io has the Gate token. And essentially, this is just the SEC expanding its enforcement actions, not regulating by making rules, but regulating by enforcement. The same stuff they did with Ripple. And another thing about the general economy. This is history for the Federal Reserve. This chart shows the change in the federal funds rate since the hiking began And you can see blue is 2022, and the Federal Reserve is hiking further and faster than any time in history. Many people are speculating that these rate hikes are going to go down in history because they're raising the interest rates to target their 2% inflation goal. Now, a lot of people think they're raising rates way too fast, and that's going to lead to a meltdown of the economy. And if you compare the interest rate hikes to the past, there's really no comparison. Also, guys, one thing that's happening for the first time in history is money is becoming more expensive. Okay? All these past interest rate hikes and recessions, we were not in the same climate where money is becoming more expensive. So I don't know where the economy is going. Honestly, it's pretty exciting. It's probably going to get pretty bad, but I'm excited to see what does happen. And look at this FTX. So FTX received 40% of all Tether minted. Tether is minted at the Tether treasury, and then it's given to market makers. All right, we don't buy Tether. The people with billions buy Tether. And FTX, that failed, the $10 billion scam, bought 40% of all Tethers that came into circulation. Bitfinex is who owned Tethers, okay? And get this, Bitfinex would inform Sam Bankman-Fried about exchange downtimes before the public so that SBF could turn off his bots, and they'd give him a heads up before the exchange comes back up. So SBF, not only did he have a backdoor in his own exchange, but Bitfinex, one of the largest exchanges in the world, tons of millions and maybe even billions of trading volume daily, they were working behind the scenes with SBF. And this just further goes to show FTX and Tether and how intertwined they were. If you don't know anything about Tether, that's another rabbit hole you can go down. But essentially, Tether is a house of cards in crypto that a lot of people think could be a black swan event that really just obliterates markets. And I want to show you two charts. It'll be the same chart, but two different narratives. This guy says, when the rocket leaves soon, there will be no stopping it. All expectations will be broken. Don't forget, in 2018, XRP spiked up to $3. Some of you guys might have bought at these prices. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And that's never fun, right? Being down 80, 90%. However, it goes to show you, after you break all-time highs, right? The lawsuit, say the lawsuit has a favorable outcome, price starts mooning, all these retail investors are going to FOMO in. We've already hit $3.50 before. So double-digit XRP is really not far-fetched. And a great quote here from TravelX Bank. Look at this. Payment processed via on-demand liquidity is recent and gradually occupying important space in the payment tokenization process. Forecast is that in the next 3 years, 50% of international payments, or greater than 50%, will be circulating through similar processes. And I don't know, I could just be not knowledgeable or lack the knowledge on other on-demand liquidity products, but I know Ripple has Goldman Sachs executives, Uber executives, the freaking treasurer of the United States under Barack Obama is on the Ripple board, Rosie Rios. The head of regulation at JP Morgan, Sandy Woods. She worked at JP Morgan as head of regulation for 30 years, a 30-year career on Wall Street. Where does she work now? Ripple. And when did she take a job at Ripple? While this lawsuit was going on. So all these people that have these illustrious careers, why would they go to an alleged sinking ship, failed company, Ripple? Because I don't think it's going to fail. This guy does, though. He says Ripple coin will never break its all-time high. This guy says XRP has no utility and is heavily centralized. And this guy, Matt Hamilton's an XRP ledger developer, and he responds, no utility, ? It is literally being used daily for cross-border payments, NFTs, web monetization, etc. All right. If you guys do use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter. Drippy XRP, links in the video description below. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment Galaxy below. Whenever you finish the video all the way, it helps the channel, so thank you in advance. And if you're still listening, comment Galaxy below so I know you're one of my loyal viewers. Happy holidays. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Until next time.